Good morning, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Good day, everyone. Onegaishimasu. Hope everyone's well. I'd like to read number 4 this morning from the Shokushu book, which is Unification of Mind and Body. Mind and body are actually one. Do not moan over being powerless, thinking that all your strength is just what you ordinarily experience. When we use our mind and body in this unified way and leave everything up to the universe, we can experience the true power of being human. People often ask me about how to resolve some issue with a student, maybe on the mat or off the mat, or how to solve a problem with someone at work, how to take care of some emotional difficulty. And of course, there's a lot that can be said, and I do in these classes, regarding choices that we make. But the only choice that you can really make, that we really have a choice to make, is to keep one point or not. The universe is not a thing. The universe is an experience. So when we keep one point in the lower abdomen, we reside at the very center of this experience. In other words, we're paying attention. We're being here now. Okay? So right here, it just says that, right? Didn't I just read unification of mind and body, the one point in the lower abdomen? You know, this Shokushu book, Itoi Sensei's experience is detailed in this book. And if you read each one of these Shokushu, each one tells us the same thing. Keep one point. The same thing. Be in the center of the universe. Sometimes they're out here pointing back, but they're always pointing at the very center of the universe. These are very valuable. I know, I guess most of you know that Sayaka and I, over the last several years, have translated once again and re-edited all of the Shokushu, and Shinichi Toi Sensei has approved this new English translation for everyone to use in English-speaking countries in the West. I don't know if you have it or not. I think I gave it. I printed 100 and I gave them all away, and I think I probably gave them to all of you. If you don't have one, let me know. I can send you an electronic copy and you can print it. I don't want to sell it. It's not for that. Okay, so I just want to say that I don't know about you, but I studied the Shokushu, even though I must know it pretty well because I retranslated the whole thing. But I still study it every day. I do every day. It's right by my desk in my office, and I read it and read it and read it and read it. Because our practice is just a reminder. Practice is reminding yourself again and again and again to be the center of the universe, to be what you were born as. And then everything is resolved before it's resolved. That's Aikido. O Sensei used to say, before you attack me, you are finished. That means everything is resolved already when you are the center of the universe. The problems only arise or appear to be problems when we're not keeping one point. Well, when we have a problem that we're mulling over, it's because we're mulling over it, not because it's a problem. A problem, everybody, all the wise men have told us over the years, a problem is just another opportunity. So we know that, okay, the whole universe, right? The whole universe is this experience. There's no part of this experience that is inappropriate or wrong or a problem. Think about that. Think about what you make yourself when you say, that's a real problem for me. Don't you see? So really, that's all the Shokushuas say. That's all Toei Sensei is teaching us. Not really to do something, but to be something. All right, so with that said, we'll do some sitting. Begin with key breathing. Let me just say one more thing about key breathing. I don't really care, where you sit, but when you're doing key breathing, it's very important to sit on a solid surface. Don't sit on something that enfolds around you, like a couch or a bed or a really, really cushy cushion. You want to be supporting yourself. If you can't support yourself like that, you want to be sitting on a solid surface and have your feet flat on the floor or ground in order for the energy to move through you freely. This is very important. All right, close your eyes, please. Toei Sensei taught us the three principles, his three principles of the universe. The universe is an infinite sphere with an infinite radius. The universe is an infinite gathering of infinitely small particles. And the universe is made of infinite change. So the operative word seems to be there, infinite or infinity, right? So when I was a young man and I had my first child was about to be born, and it was going to be a boy, and I wasn't sure about being a father because I hadn't been one before. So I wrote my teacher from the 3-year retreat, and I asked him about being a father. And he said, oh, it will all come naturally to you. Don't worry about that. The one responsibility you have as a father is to teach your son and make sure he understands that he is not mortal, that he is infinite. Oh, there's that word again. And Suzuki Sensei constantly talked about key movement. Folks, fellas, key movement comes from infinity, goes to infinity. When we settle in the one point in the lower abdomen, we're settling into the very infinite center of infinity. This is the experience that he's trying to inculcate in us when he gives us key meditation, Kakudai-ho and Shuchu-ho, and infinite expansion, infinite gathering. So I said before that the universe is not a thing, it's an experience. So if that's the case, then this experience of kakudaiho, this experience of infinite expansion, I mean, since it's an experience, it's infinite inclusion. It's including everything. Nothing is left out. So again, how can there be a problem? Okay, so somebody would maybe like to say something. I think so.
Sensei Prakash.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Sensei, I have a difficulty when you make a global statement that nothing is inappropriate. It's like murder is inappropriate, child abuse is inappropriate. There are so many things in the relative world that for me are not okay. And that's a problem.
Well, it's not going to go away. Nothing you can do about it, making it go away. Yeah, relatively, there are lots of problems.
Right.
There are a lot of inappropriate things, relatively speaking.
Hmm.
I make a statement like that, of course, I'm saying, when you are resting in your one point, when you are in infinity, when you are the big picture, not you're seeing the big picture, when you are the big picture, then a problem, an inappropriate thing, shrinks to infinity.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not trying to say the world isn't the way it is. Of course, we all live in it. We all notice that there are inappropriate things happening all the time. Mm-hmm. And if you feel moved to make a comment about that publicly, more power to you. But for me personally, I feel the most efficacious way to be responsible to this life that I've been given, this gift, is to do what we're doing right now. That's why Toi Sensei said, of all the ways, the best way is to lead others along this way. That's the best. And this way, meaning the way of infinity.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay.
Good morning, Sensei.
Good morning. How are you, Bria?
Good, thank you. So it seems like it's about our attachment to the way things are in the universe and how we perceive things to be. And I'm wondering from your own practice, how you got to the place that you are at now. Well, actually, from reading this, I'm sure, every day, and from doing this practice, but I don't know if there's any more way you can give us insight on how to, so from the meditation cushion to be able to take it to our daily life, to continue it in seeing everything as infinite, as in every moment. Obviously that is the practice and the goal, but any insight you can give us, I'd appreciate it.
It's so interesting that when you ask the question and you answer the question at the same time. Yeah, everyone knows. Well, of course, when you look at your own life, what do you see? You see, what do you look at? What do you, if you don't compare yourself to anyone else, if when you look, you see the center of the universe, you settle into this infinite gathering. and infinite expansion. Here we are.
Yeah, it's just a constant practice of letting go of our ego self, basically, and realizing that there's more to just me and my wants and needs, and constantly practicing that. And boy, do we get a lot of opportunities to practice in this world with all that's going on.
Let me say something about that. You know, the name of my book, one of the books I wrote there is Letting Go. And it doesn't mean that kind of letting go. So I explain in the book that it's letting go of being the doer.
Mm-hmm.
See, you can't really let go of attachment.
Mm-hmm.
Let go of your kids.
Right.
Or even your cat, frankly. They're precious. But we let go of being obsessed with being the doer, the one who is in charge, the egomaniac.
Right.
So that's what we let go of. And it's done by noticing
Mm-hmm.
how we act in the relative condition. So our practice is to notice how we're acting in the relative condition, not to try to change it, but to notice it. And at the same time, rest in this infinite condition. And so do that for 40 or 50 years, and then we'll talk. Okay?
Onegashimasu. Or domo arigato. Thank you.
Someone else, please. I just love the silence.
Hello, Sensei. Good morning.
Sure.
Reflecting on what I'm hearing this morning, how is it that, or is it important that we address non-dissension within ourselves and our condition? It seems that a lot of my frustration comes from my own condition and wanting it to be different, or wanting to experience things differently in my life, less conflict, this and that.
Hmm.
And I think, isn't it relative that we address ourselves in the same way that we should be addressing our life, our surrounding?
Okay, thank you. It sounds like you have an issue with patience. Look, infinity is bigger than big, longer than long, and shorter than short. What's the hurry? It's only a problem if you make it a problem. And we make it a problem by freezing the moment, by not being infinite, by being temporal, by being here in this little moment and stopping it, grabbing a hold of it and mulling over it, thinking about it. So when we're impatient or are not satisfied with the way we are, we're forgetting who we are. We're just ignoring this infinite condition. Yes, there are in the relative world, and surely in Fincher's relative world, there's some things that could be improved inside and outside, I'm sure. Everybody experiences this. And that is the relative condition, and it will never change. So we don't hope that it will. See, no matter what we do, remember, enlightenment doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything changes. It means that we see it differently. Sometimes we have to just grab ourselves by the scruff of the neck and sit ourselves down and shut up. We have to be grateful. We have to get a hold of ourselves and remind ourselves how lucky we are to be here now in this condition. Yeah, there's shortcomings in the relative condition. That's the way it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be any other way. This is not heaven, this is earth. But heaven is also right here. It's not somewhere else. Where would it be? Your choice.
So thank you, Sensei. Does that mean that there is a point of celebrating our current condition? As we seem to be celebrating what we should be, or maybe I celebrate what I should be, rather than celebrating exactly what I am now.
Well, Fincher, I have been saying that for about 20 years. It's this, it's not that. What is not here, I mean, what is not here is not there. Whatever's here is all there is. There isn't anything else. So we find what there is to celebrate here. We don't concentrate on what is wrong here. We notice it, and when we've noticed it enough times, it begins to change by itself. And the fundamental principle of that is we notice that we have problems. And when we get tired enough of having problems, they're still there, but they're not a problem anymore. Because we remember who we are and what's actually going on here. We don't get lost in the drama of relativity. That's a lot.
Thank you, Sensei.
Okay, well, so thank you everybody today. That was a nice sit. I hope that this is helpful and that you can understand what I'm pointing to here, because it's so useful and important. どうもありがとうございました. Thank you very much.